Hello Natterers, Sam Dalling here. Welcome to the second ever edition of Champo Talking Points. Yes, it is where myself and some special guests this week will run through 5 key talking points from the latest round of county championship action. We had 9 games, full house, 5 in Division 1, 4 in Division 2 and a full house of draws, which means, well, no victories, but then if you flip it around, no one lost either, so everyone's happy. We had Harry Brook, we had Joe Root, we had Zaman Akhtar, we had storms, we had sunshine, we had hail, sleet, we had hundreds, double hundreds, huge team totals, not many fifers, but a couple, and wickets for spinners, but not necessarily the spinners you might have imagined. More on that a little bit later on. I'm going to get going very shortly. Myself, Dan Whiting, Annie Che will be back with the usual County Cricket Natters podcast this week, but in the meantime, please do like, share, comment, give us some feedback on the video. We'll try and make this evolve over time. The idea is it's fun and it's a little bite size, something you can digest easily on the county championship with so much going on. I'm going to stop talking. Let's get into it. John Simpson, we talk about him a lot on County Cricket Natters, and that's because, as well as being a lovely bloke, we absolutely love him as a cricketer, an absolutely superb wicket keeper, so good standing up to the stumps, and a brilliant batter as well. Made a double hundred, not the only person to make a double hundred, we'll come on to that in a little bit, but 205 not out for Sussex, and I picked his double hundred because yes, they lost the last day due to rain up at Leicestershire, but he could have put them in a potentially winning position. But he's the skipper, he's gone down there, he had a testimonial year at Middlesex last year. There's been rumours he might leave for a couple of years. People expected him to go up north, actually. That's where he's from, he's a Lancastrian. So they're wondering if he might head back home. But actually he went even further away. He went down south. Now Sussex have this club full of relatively young players who every year are just getting a little bit better, a little bit more experienced, but they need a wise head to take them forward. And I think John Simpson is that man, leading from the front with the runs. He played those couple of games for England, didn't he, against Pakistan in the COVID series. Thoroughly deserved. He's probably not going to get back there again, but he is, again, an all-format player. Probably won't play the one-day stuff because he'll be off in the 100, but he's brilliant down at Sussex, and hopefully he can push that club forward over the next couple of years.
Tomo! The minute you mention the name Tomo, it evokes memories of the great Jeff Thomson. When I was 12 years old, I remember watching the footage being beamed back from Australia of England on the 74-75 tour. They got thrashed 4-1, and Jeff Thomson was the principal architect of that, fearsomely fast, wonderful quick bowler. We've got a new Tomo on the block, and he's a big tall bloke, he's strong, but he's not a fast bowler, he's a spinner. And his name's Alex Thompson, and he took 5 wickets last year in an innings down at Hove, did the same up at Scarborough later in the year, but during this game down here at Cardiff, he's taken 12 wickets in the match, and he's the first Derbyshire spinner to do that since Jeff Miller back in 1982. Wow, that was a long time ago, against Leicestershire at Colville. England crying out for spinners. Well, they've had a few new names, haven't they, that have come out of the hat over the winter. But you can never have enough. You can never have enough. So there's one to conjure with. Alex Thompson, the new Tomo.
So I want to talk about Nathan Smith, Worcestershire's Kiwi all-rounder. Uncapped, yes, but chomping at the bit, pushing for international cricket. And I think he's going to prove a wonderful acquisition. Look, you can either sign big-name players for overseas, but it's a bit bitty. They're not around much. Their international body may pull them out last minute. You could sign a retiree, someone like Dean Elgar or Hashim Amla or Kumar Sangakkara at Surrey, weren't they brilliant? Or you can push someone who's pushing for international honours. Now, Smith was the top wicket taker in the Plunket Shield last year as Wellington won it. He batted at 8 up at Nottinghamshire, he made 50 odd, averages 26 in red ball cricket, so that's pretty decent. Also averages 26 with the ball, by the way. He plays all 3 formats, he's available the whole summer, he's quick, he's quite skiddy, but he's quick, and he picked up 4 wickets in the second innings. 3 in and over, triple wicket maiden, got Jack Haynes, no he didn't, in fact he got Ben Duckett and he got Joe Clark and he got Matt Montgomery. Then, first of all, the following over he got Jack Haynes, so he was on a hat-trick. Didn't quite get there, but it was just what Worcestershire needed. Okay, so the game petered out due to rain, but they'd lost to Nottinghamshire, in fact. Dylan Pennington and Josh Tongue over the winter, so they needed a seam bowler, and Smith looks like a man who is going to fill that void for them. I think he is going to prove one of the shrewdest pieces of business of the winter.
Hello, Dan Jadzevics here. Amongst other things cricket related on the internet, I also get the pleasure of commentating on Northamptonshire County Cricket Club, and this week with the game between Northamptonshire and Middlesex, which as I record this has just been abandoned, with the covers slowly coming off. High winds here, some heavy rain earlier this morning as well. Even the players have been out there helping the ground staff get the sheets off, which has been nice to see. Amongst the few highlights, the many highlights to be fair, over 1,000 runs scored in the game, was Emilio Gay's 261. Massive partnership with Luke Proctor, a new career best, first ever double hundred as well for the Northants opener on his birthday weekend, just to add a little candle on the cake as well. Fantastic innings to watch. It was hard going for the Northants opener, to be fair, which might sound silly with the amount of runs being scored, but it was a really patient Middlesex bowling attack. They were watchful, they stuck to their plans well, and Emilio had to really apply himself. Part of a huge partnership with his captain Luke Proctor, worth 189 runs, which he spoke at the end of play on day one, saying how much of a calming influence his captain was. And he just went on from there. Some of the most impressive shots that you'd wish to see during the course of this round of fixtures. He batted as a senior figure for James Sales, who went on to score his first class 100 as well. Pleasure to watch, and hopefully many more runs and big scores to come for the Northants opener.
The Kookaburra. I wanted to avoid talking about the ball, I really did, but I don't think I can. I want to talk about Matt Critchley, 150 and 5 foot. I tell you what, you talk about Bashir, Hartley and Leach, it might be there's just one spinner. It's the spinning all-rounder, Dan Lawrence. Matt Critchley, I think, are really pushing for a spot. Anyway, I digress. Look, it was a weird round. 9 games, 2,627 if you count George Bell's 99. I know it's not 100, so you can't really count it. Sorry, George, you'll get there. You really will. That's 3 a game. My maths, that is a lot. And there were some big scores as well. 4 double hundreds. Laius Deploy unbeaten on 196. A couple of other scores, 190, a few north of 170. Some big hundreds. The balance isn't right. The balance really isn't right. Northampton Middlesex, to be honest, having that last day rained out was probably a bit of a mercy. 1,100 runs, 8 wickets. It's just doesn't make for exciting cricket. There were barely any fifers. Those that were, fair play to the bowlers, Casey Aldridge, Zaman Akhtar as seamers, and Finn Hudson-Prentice as well for Sussex, a couple of others for spinners. But look, we've had 2 games now, we have a rest, we get the Kookaburra back at the back end of the season. It got a lot of criticism last year. I think Alex Stewart called it the worst decision ever. It's good for the spinners, there's more overs of spin being bowled. Maybe we need to use it in the middle of the summer, if at all. I don't know, the debate is going to rage on, but we've had, 18 games of cricket now, just one result. Yes, rain's got in the way, but that is not going to attract people to the county championship, is it?